I have no words because this is the most extraordinary, amazing film I think I've ever seen. It moved me beyond tears. And I was telling the rest of the cast, I said after it was over, I just wanted to get out and do something.
Yes,
it
good.
really got my blood boiling.
That's the highest compliment.
Well, how daunting was it for you to just take this material and make your family proud?
Yes, it wasn't daunting. It was an honor. You know what I mean? It wasn't, and there's something interesting. I just never felt a struggle over it. I never was grasping for anything. Just sometimes you kind of get in a state of grace and everything is just working. That had never happened to me in my whole life on any project. But I just felt like in the pocket. I felt like LeBron, like just, or Kobe, or I don't know, some sports analogy since I don't watch sports. But you know what I mean? I felt like I had what I needed in the moment and it all came together.
Yeah, and then you have that extraordinary man, David, by your side. And I'm saying, yes, you had a phenomenal cast, but where did he pull this out of?
He pulled this out of a deep reservoir of talent, undeniably, but also just there was some spiritual connection that was going on with the material and the story and Dr. King and his essence that is something that I couldn't direct. It was something that David just had to be open to, and he went so deep, in making sure that he told the truth of this performance that it's something to watch. It's something to watch. It's beautiful.
So what ended up, impressing? I mean, you worked with him before, I know.
I have.
Another Toronto film to
Yes.
film. But what was it, when you started seeing him become Dr. King that just freaked you out, impressed you, surprised you?
Every day I would see him changing and it was just becoming more and more. We worked on it so closely together, but it wasn't until one day, the very, very first scene of the film that we shot is a scene with Dr. King in jail with his best friend. Yeah. And a Dr. King in jail with Coretta when she comes to visit. Those are the first scenes of the film we shot. I remember standing behind the monitor and watching him on film. We had done rehearsals, I'd seen him do the voice, but on film, being King, and I thought, this is gonna work. Look at this. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't believe my eyes. He really morphed. Yeah. He really did, and good for him. He's been in so many films. David has been in so many films. Even this season, he's in 3 films. And yet, this is the first where he's in the center, and he deserves it. He deserves to be.
Well, you all deserve the accolades that you're getting for this. I mean, congratulations on the Golden Globe nomination.
Thank you. I found out in Toronto.
Yes, I know, when you were snowed in on this. Which is great. But I was saying to him, I go, there's going to be a lot more accolades, for sure. But how important is that to you that people are going to go see this movie?
Well, the accolades make certain people want to go see the movie. And that's why the accolades are important, because they validate for people that need to have a little shine on their movies before they go and see them. And so, I mean, film is forever. We're still watching films that were made 100 years ago. You can go into a vault and see a film that was made 100 years ago. They last. They mean something way beyond the season. So that is an honor that I just embrace. And the fact that people are saying that this is something that we might be thinking about 10 years from now is the biggest reward.
Was there anything... you're putting this cast together, and it's an amazing ensemble, amazing group. And then I'm watching this film, and I'm going, yes, Dr. King was an amazing man and a great leader, but what a team he had behind him. And that was so important.
He's the first person to ask that question today. And yes, he had a band of brothers and sisters who supported a vision. They all could have been the one. They were all brilliant minds. They were all great leaders. But they lifted him up and let him be the one to lead. And they were savvy strategists and bold tacticians, and they really were a remarkable group of people. So that was a big thing that we wanted to do in the film, is just adorn the crown jewel that was King with all of these amazing voices that made it so.
How do you not get emotional when you're making a film like this? I mean, I understand your dad was a young boy when this happened, and then he was there on set when you shot that.
That was a day I broke, and that was only because of a tear in my father's eye. And I had to compose myself as I went back to the set. But just to see the pride in his face with his daughter, a black woman, shutting down the Capitol steps of the very building that George Wallace refused to see Dr. King on when he came to the Capitol. So though that was a personal moment, it was a family moment. I think that might be the proudest moment of this whole project for me is my dad's eyes on that day.
Oh, amazing. How do you top yourself after this? Where do you go next? What are you working on? Are you taking a nice vacation?
Take a little break. I'm going to take a little break and really try to regroup and just take in the present moment. It's a beautiful time. I'm just happy to be in it.
Yeah, well, we're happy that you gave us this film. It really, I honestly, extraordinary job.
Thank
and I
you.
just hope so many people see it.
Me
honestly,
too.
I can't wait to go see it again, really. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
it's kind.
So lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Bring another one to Toronto.
I love TIFF. You're never getting me out of there.
All right.
I love it.